Everyone, welcome into Sunrise. Jason here with our newest employee, Alicia Lewis. Good to meet you.
Here. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back with
Welcome
Sunrise. No, I really am. I missed you guys. John, the weather, though, not ideal. This is not
welcome back.
Hawaii weather for me.
What was Hawaii weather? Just perfect every day?
Perfect. Sunshine.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Welcome back to the waking up at 2 a.m. time slot. High five. 67 degrees out there right now. Southeast winds at 6 miles per hour. So it is very warm. It's also muggy. Anytime you're over 65 for dew point, you got high moisture. That anytime over 65, I'm going to say, okay, that's sufficient moisture for thunderstorms. So you've got temperatures in the upper 60s, even out in western Minnesota, more at 66. That's where the actual front is. So this is current radar. Now at this point in the morning, it just looks like rain. But this is the same line as it slowly moves across the state. It will drive up storms, and we'll be showing you future radar here in a little bit. But temperatures for the first part of the day warm up very quickly, breezy, and there are the storms. We'll time it out, but we'll also look at the hazards in your forecast. Cece?
Hey there, live look here not too far from the Minnesota-Wisconsin state line, 94 westbound here. We see traffic picking up in that area. It's pretty bright in that area too. Good morning if you're traveling on that stretch of road. Taking a look at some drive times here. Hey, we like to see that 14 minutes from Hudson to St. Paul, so not bad at all. Looking across the metro, things still green. Other areas maybe up north metro stop and go, but mostly just traffic picking up like normal. Not too much to slow you down. I was tracking quite a few traffic incidents and vehicles earlier in the morning, but that has subsided. So if you're heading out the door within the next 30 minutes, you should be good to go. No need to add extra time to your commute. Alicia.
Cece, thank you. Now to our top story here at 6 a.m. We are tracking new fallout following charges being dismissed in the deadly traffic stop of Ricky Cobb II.
In a matter of hours, we're going to hear from Cobb's family for the first time since the DA's shocking decision. Michelle is live outside the Hennepin County Government Center. And Michelle, this has been a roller coaster case from the very beginning, and it's taking another turn this morning.
Yeah, certainly turns for this case indeed. Now the Cobb family will be showing up here to the Hennepin County Government Center later this morning, less than 24 hours after the Hennepin County attorney apologized to them for dropping the charges against that state trooper. Now it's important to distinguish, Mary Moriarty did not apologize for charging Ryan Londrigan with murder. She explained a jury would not convict the trooper for two reasons. State Patrol trainers recently said Londrigan followed their policy and his use of force was justified. Also, he had planned to testify Ricky Cobb was reaching for his gun.
I first want to acknowledge the Cobb family. They continue to grieve a devastating loss amid a political circus that has repeatedly tried to center Mr. Londrigan as the victim.
How about somebody being a little bit sorry for what Ryan Londrigan had to go through? How about one apology from the county attorney for putting him through this mess?
And more fierce words coming from the Cobb family as well. In a written statement yesterday, the family said the Hennepin County Attorney's Office bowed to political pressure to drop the charges. Later this morning, we do expect the family to speak with a similar tone here at the Government Center. Back to you.
Michelle, thank you. Back and forth is also going on between Moriarty and Governor Walz. During her news conference, Moriarty took aim at him for saying he was about to take the case away from her.
Hey, Governor, don't you have a conflict here? The State Patrol provides your security detail. You oversee the State Patrol, which has some major issues with training.
There's a safety net in there to allow an egregious situation like this to be corrected, and yes, we would have used that to do that.
The county attorney says Walz did not play any role in her decision to drop the charges, but it did impact the timing of her announcement.
Time now 6:05. In just a few hours, jury deliberations pick back up in the Feeding Our Future trial with one less juror. This comes less than 24 hours after a shocking twist involving possible jury tampering. Audrey Russo has the details for us. Audrey.
Yeah, Jason, after day one was pretty much overshadowed by this bribery attempt, day two of jury deliberations picks back up today. And as you said, with one fewer juror after she claims a bag of cash was delivered to her house on Sunday night. And we have pictures of this bag. Take a look. This butterfly festooned bag was stuffed with $120,000 in cash. Now, that 23-year-old juror told the court that she wasn't home at the time and that it was actually a family member who answered the door. That family member was was told under no uncertain terms that there's more where this comes from if we get a not guilty verdict for all 7 of these folks who are on trial. Now, this juror did report all of this to the court. Now the FBI is on the case, but this bag of cash triggered 3 actions from the court in order to get this trial back on track. One, even though that juror did report everything pretty much immediately, she has been relieved of her jury duty. The rest of the jurors have been sequestered. This is a pretty drastic action from the court, one that they don't take lightly, but they want to make sure that they keep everything back on track and that they protect the jurors from outside influence. And then 3, the 7 defendants in this trial have been ordered to go back into custody. You'll remember that they're accused of stealing money from a pandemic-era meal program. Now, coming up in the next 30 minutes, we're going to talk a little bit more about who exactly had access to this list of the juror names. But for now, Jason and Alicia, I'll send it back to you.
Quite the wild twist there. Audrey Russo reporting live. Thank you. Minneapolis is slowly starting its goodbye to fallen officer Jamal Mitchell. As we wait to learn details on his funeral plans, a group of pastors has a request for city leaders.
Oftentimes when the role is reversed, when it's an officer perhaps taking the lives of a citizen, there's protesters, there's marches. We need to have the same kind of energy.
Now, that group, called the Unity Community Mediation Team, wants the city council to unconditionally support police. Many in the group are black pastors who work to stop violence in the community, but say city leaders and the community can do more to help police. One group member suggested launching a police recruitment program at schools in Officer Mitchell's name.
A sad update this morning in the search for a missing canoeist in the Boundary Waters. In the last 12 hours, we've learned search crews found Reese Graham's body. It comes a few days after they found the body of his friend, Jesse Haugen. Crews have been searching for the pair after they went over a waterfall about 2 weeks ago. It happened while the men were trying to help another person in their group during a fishing trip.
We're also tracking a developing story in Fridley. Right now, police are investigating claims of animal maltreatment at Happy Tails Rescue. Officers were tipped off about animal maltreatment at the facility back in February. They partnered with the Humane Society and searched Happy Tails and another location in Oak Grove late last month. We now learned 42 animals were removed and are now in the care of the Humane Society.
Well, heads up for drivers this morning. The Stillwater Lift Bridge will be closed today starting at 7 o'clock this morning. That's less than an hour from now. MnDOT says crews will be replacing an electrical power cable used to operate the lift span of the bridge. And that means you're not going to be able to walk or ride a bike over it either. The lift schedule is also going to be suspended, only allowing smaller boats to pass beneath. Everything should reopen by 3 this afternoon.
Well,